Here's a short video for you. So this is a 13 or 14 foot AW disc. There was an auction, I don't know, 5 miles from the house, and went and picked this disc up, and actually it's going to Florida, and I live in the upper Midwest. And so right now I am spending the next couple hours, I'm going to break it down so we can put it on a car hauler over Christmas so it can get back to Florida. So what I'm doing is I'm dropping the gangs off of the disc. I'd love to keep this thing around, or I'd love to find one for the 820, although I think the 820 could pull a little bit bigger one. So yeah, I didn't buy it for me. I actually bought it for family. But anyway, I'm dropping the gangs off, and I'm tagging all the parts. I picked up some of these pretty cool zip ties with things you can label. Picked those up off Amazon. I've already spilled the bag twice, so I'm sure I'm going to spill it one more time before all this is done. But yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm taking and I'm going to drop the gangs off, and then I'm actually going to pull the back wing off, the back support back here. I'm going to pull this off, and then I'm going to pull each one of the wings off. So I'm going to pull this part off right here, and everything pretty much everything's going to go on a pallet, much like I have, at least the gangs are, so I can use the 4066 to load it, since we'll be loading it in December. I don't want to spend too much time out, but you see I've already got one of the gangs on a pallet. We'll strap all these down and put them on a trailer. One of the reasons that we're bothering to haul this all the way from the Midwest all the way back to the Southeast is a lot of the attachments in the Southeast rusted a long time ago. I don't know, a couple years ago I posted a video of a 6415 and a F145 plow, if you want to go back and look at that. But that's actually, I lived in Iowa a couple years ago, and we actually bought that F145 plow in Iowa and hauled it all the way back to Florida, mostly because all the ones in Florida are just in absolutely terrible condition. They're so rusted from the salt air. Shows difference of environment. But yeah, this is kind of a short video. I'll try to take some pictures and include them in everything when I'm done. It's a pretty simple process, just a matter of impact, an air impact gun, and going to town. It's coming apart pretty easy. I actually went around when I first got it. I think I bought it back in August, early August. When I first got it, I went ahead and spritzed a lot of the bolts that I thought I was going to have to take off. I spritzed those with PB Blaster, so that I'm sure that helped a little bit. And there's no evidence of it now, but at least it's in there. So anyway, I'm going to drop these gangs off. I'm going to put 2 gangs per pallet, and then I'll start tearing the rest of it down. I'll come back, like I said, I'll take some pictures and show you the rest of the progress as I go. Okay, so it took me about 2.5, probably closer to 2 hours to get the whole disc apart. I didn't actually get any more videos because the light was fading pretty fast. And so I actually ended up finishing up in the dark. But here it is, all ready for transport. It actually came apart pretty easy. I think the biggest thing was just dealing with some of the weights. You know, just the fact that this tube right here is pretty substantial. And then the size of these parts right here, the wings. The wings are pretty heavy, and so the wings were they're big and they're awkward and they're heavy, so they were a little bit of a challenge to actually keep up in the air and everything. But no, it came apart pretty easy. Didn't break anything. I did bend one clevis for the chains right down there, but that's about it. Got everything labeled in terms of where it's at and everything. I think the hardest part was actually getting this back wing off of the tube right there, that rusted spot. I think before we put it back together, we'll have to sand that down a little bit, but shouldn't be a big deal. So I think it will all fit the four gangs of discs, plus all the frames. And then also what's going to Florida is this cultipacker right here. This is also going. So we'll have to get that on the trailer. It should fit, 18-foot core hauler. I don't think there should be any problems with that. But yeah, so this project's done. Which wasn't really a project, it was just kind of a to-do. But now we can turn our attention back to other things. So we'll get that loaded and off to Florida it will go. And it'll have a useful purpose again instead of sitting in a field or sitting in a tree line somewhere. So there you go.